welcome to a brand new episode of the We're Talking Drums podcast. We are back. So excited to be back doing podcasts with some of your favorite drummers or soon to be favorite drummers. We'll find out. I know we took a relatively long break here, but we are back and we're going to keep with a consistent schedule this time for you guys. All right. If you want to help support the podcast a little further, then you can just share these podcasts on the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever you want. Give us a follow. Also YouTube. If you are not watching this right now on YouTube, then you're missing out. You're missing out on all the bits, all the funny stuff that goes on because you can't see it live. So check us out on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on Instagram, all of that fun stuff. And thank you in advance for all of that. Now, if you want to support the podcast a little further, and I know some of you do, you know, you want to see a little higher quality video, you want bigger name guests, you want to know everybody's specific pedal settings, then join our Patreon, because every dollar, every member that contributes to that helps to fund the podcast in every way, shape, or form. All right. You can tell I do not pre-write these beginning little bits here. I'm just going off the cuff today. So without further ado, my guest this week is none other than James Beck from the band Killotine. Now, Killotine is the Canadian Wacken Metal Battle winners of this recent year. They beat everybody in Canada and went to Germany to perform at Wacken Open Air. And we had a great chat about the forming of the band, some of James's inspiration growing up and everything, and how the band was only around and only had played 4 shows before doing the Wacken Metal Battle, which is pretty insane. So this was a wonderful chat, and we definitely talk about Metallica. So Metallica, Slipknot, all the legends. So stick around, listen, watch the whole thing, and I hope you enjoy it. This is episode 83 with James Beck from Killotine. James Beck, welcome to the We're Talking Drums podcast. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. You know, I am now a local to Hamilton. I've been here for about 3 years. So it's nice to get to do some podcasts with some local drummers.
Sweet,
you know?
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then out of all of them, your band Killotine, man, has been crushing it.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you guys have
that.
been killing it. Going from starting like a year ago to everything you've accomplished, which we'll go over and all that stuff. But yeah, super stoked for you guys. Proud of you guys. And I am a proud Hamiltonian now.
Hell yeah,
you know? So it's awesome to see metal bands coming from Hamilton. Yeah, it's really sick.
Oh, thanks, dude. No, it's been a wild ride. So yeah, it's really cool to like be able to jump into the scene kind of this quick and see how receptive people have been. So yeah. It's been awesome, man. Seeing you guys play like some of your first shows, and then all the way to Wacken. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one.
yeah, it's been awesome. Well, before we really get into this, we should have some drinks during this podcast, right?
Hell yeah, buddy.
So, as you can see here, we got 2 different types of Monster. All right. We got your Ultra Vice, the Guava, and then the classic white. And thanks to my good friends at Wildcat Tavern, because I forgot glasses and I was there before this.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, I was about to leave and then I ran back in and I was like, Marlon, could I steal 2 glasses, please? I swear I asked for them. They're sponsoring today's podcast. Thanks, Marlon. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We'll move these to the side, and we'll mix these up. Maybe I'll put these in fast motion or not. I don't know.
Beautiful.
Oh, there we go.
That's fine art right there.
I should have done it the other way, so we do the white, and then you can see it change. But you know, like, I'm gonna mix them. Oh, dude, I don't know if it's gonna fit in these glasses, Marlon.
Oh well.
Okay. Not gonna be
It'll
able
be
to
a
do
60-40.
it. Do it quite 50-50 here, but it'll be close. It'll be close. We'll fill it right to the top. There we go.
You can see the mist.
There we go. This is how we do it. There's a little bit left in this, so let's not spill it.
Yeah. Very careful.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, buddy. Bottoms up.
How's that? How's that taste?
I mean, that's like surprisingly smoother than I anticipated.
Dude, it's really, really good. I love it.
It's beautiful.
We'll just top you up a bit.
There you go.
There we go. There it is.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Monster. This is how you do it. Mix anything with this white one. It's fucking delicious. All right. Cool. Now we can talk some drums. Let's why don't you take me back? When did you start playing drums? What kind of like pushed you to pick up the sticks?
Starting drums. So I believe I was about 12 years old when I first like actually had like a drum kit and started actually playing. I kind of showed interest in it about a year before that, and like, you know, typical parents are like, oh yeah, it's probably just whatever phase thing. And after a year, it was like, oh no, he actually wants to do this. So yeah, they got me just one of those cheap starter kits, you know. And then I never took lessons. It was all kind of just listening to music and trying to play what it sounded like. So it was just all by ear, just trying to figure it out on my own. Probably not the best method, but at the same time, I guess it worked out in the long run.
Yeah, like I was the same way where I just fell into it, and I never took lessons. I was also like a legal adult by the time I started playing. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't start until I was like 18.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so it's almost 20 years now, though. So,
well, man, did a goddamn good job.
Yeah, like it was all just practice, man. Yeah. But like, yeah, I kind of regret not taking lessons at this point. But you know, like. Yeah, but for you, like it also, like, you know, worked out, and I know you put in the time, even still.
Yeah, like I think that was one of the main things, even when I was younger, trying to figure it out. It was just like, no, I'm gonna sit here and play until I can figure it out. You know? And maybe it was starburness. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm still kind of like that, where I'm just like, no, I can get it. 4 hours later, it's like, I can get it.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know, like.
But yeah, you know, there are times where it was like a little bit of regret, where it was like, I wish I took lessons just so it would be easier to speak to musicians who know that theory and a bit more music background, as opposed to, you know, that part was like, like
everybody talks like that anyways. So,
I'm starting to find it's easier, you know, like before it was like, oh, I got to learn this. And it was like, yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You know, whatever works for you works for you. But yeah, it was about 12. And because of that, you know, it was maybe not even a year of playing, I bought a double kick pedal. Because I'm like, all the bands I like, all the reasons why I play drums are from bands that are using double kick. You know, that's the whole.
Even at 12, like the music you're listening to is all like fast metal and.
Yeah, it was, you know, the thing that really got me to want to play drums was actually Slipknot.
Yeah.
And
hear that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Joey Jordison was like the guy.
Basically, like Slipknot got me really into music. Like, it was kind of like one of those background things. And then it was, Much Loud came on late at night when I wasn't supposed to be up. And, one of their videos came on. I'm like, what is this? Confused at it at the time because I was pretty young. But at the same time, I'm like, this is like pretty crazy. I want to know more about this. This is cool. And then I think it was just one of those like, don't know where I saw it, but it was the Joey Jordison solo that he did in the Disaster Pieces thing.
Yeah.
And I saw that. I forget where, because like my cousin, he was a bit older and he liked metal. Same with my other cousin. They both went to concerts together. I might have saw it through them, but I saw the solo of him just going upside down and spinning around, double kicks and that. And that was right there. I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah, just like fucking craziness.
If I'm gonna be in music, it was like that's the thing. That looks fun, So
yeah. Well, I remember I want to say it was like Wait and Bleed video.
I think that was the one.
Yeah, where
it's like almost like a live one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Corey was like up on the PA, and in my head it seemed like it was like 80 feet in the air and he just jumps into the crowd. Yeah. It probably wasn't like that high, but it still was like insane. And he just like free falls into the crowd. And I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. I think that actually
might be the My Plague video.
Is it?
Yeah, and I think it's Sid who actually does that because he's known for jumping off shit back in that day.
Okay. I have it all wrong. This is like 30 I love years
Slipknot,
ago.
So that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I know this video.
Yeah. I was never the biggest Slipknot fan, but I remember that video and it being like absolutely insane.
Funny enough, I think those clips in that video are from Disaster Pieces.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. That is a live DVD they have?
Yeah, it's the Live at London from like, they put it out in like, I think it was like 2002 or 2003 or something. So It was like right after IO came out. Like they were still like,
they're like the biggest band in the world at that point.
Yeah. And like that performance too is just probably one of their best, especially to the fact that they filmed it and at that time they had taken like all these handheld cameras. It's funny to see in some of the clips from it, like how old the handheld cameras, but at the time it was like advanced and like they had cameras on the sides of their masks and stuff like that. So there's angles from the band's perspective and that. It's really cool. Like,
which is like a standard thing nowadays.
Yeah.
Like people have glasses, like actual sunglasses that have a camera in them, but they were doing it back like 22, 23 years ago.
Yeah. So. And even in the like, it was like I ended up getting the DVD a few years after it came out. Parents wouldn't buy it at that time for me. And then it was, you go into it and like that's where I really kind of leaned into like watching like those drum cams because there was the thing in the features where you could just focus on certain individual members, and I was just like Joey Cam. And so, like every single thing for it, it was like Joey Cam. Like I got to see what he's doing. I got to see like what's going on here. Like trying to learn that. And it was like that was actually really helpful. It was like watching the drummers that I liked and seeing how they were doing it. Cause then I'm like, cause there were times you hear something, you're like, what's going on there?
Yeah. Like what is happening there? Yeah. You never know, especially when you're doing like tom grooves and stuff. Like, are those kicks or is that a tom? Like, like sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah. Metallica was a big thing for that. I loved watching their live stuff too from like the 80s and stuff and like early 90s.
Like the Binge and Purge.
Oh, live in Seattle is good.
Yeah. I know it was like a couple years back, me and my buddy sat down and just watched like I think it was live in Seattle and then I think the live in Mexico City one they did. We watched those like back to back and was like, man, this is so sick.
Oh, like, dude, they were just like going ham back then.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was so awesome. I know Metallica was like a big one for me. Probably around like even like 10, 11 years old. Yeah. Like that, like it really, which would have been like the mid to late 90s.
Okay.
So that was like a huge influence into heavy, like aggressive music, even though it was like at the time is like fuel.
Yeah.
You know, like, but you know,
Yeah.
when you're like 10, 11,
Well,
like
dude, that stuff kicks
the
ass,
energy of that song is just like, yeah, like, and then that's kind of what I grabbed onto. And then it kind of like went from there the older I got. And, you know,
Man, funny enough, Metallica was the first concert I ever went to. So
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was, I think it was the Madly in Anger with the World Tour. It was like the year after Saint Anger had come out.
Oh, yeah.
Because that summer that album came out, they did that big show in Toronto where it was like, I think it was like Limp Bizkit was there and Linkin Park and shit like that. And everyone was like, why are you playing with them? And it's like, what are you talking about? Because they all came after their performances and like did interviews at Much Music and shit. It was like a big thing that summer. And then they came back to Toronto and was like, what? Godsmack opened that show, and the another cool thing about the drum thing, they did the double drum solo thing, and I'm like, again, this is why drums are the coolest. Like, you know,
yeah, dude. But by far, drums are the coolest and most fun instrument.
Oh, hell yeah!
Like by far, yeah. Even talking to any guitar player, bass player, anyone, they're just like, yeah, drums are by far the most fun.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah, well, like you're physically hitting shit, you know? Like, it's
you got to get into
you know?
it. And then once you are, it's just so much, like, come on. There's nothing better.
Yeah. Like, dude, it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the
not
hardest
easy by any means.
too, right?
It takes a lot of practice to get it solid, but once you do.
I know so many, like, other musicians or non-musicians who watch drum videos.
Yeah.
Too. Like, it's just sick to watch people play.
Like, you hear guitar solos all the time in songs, but like when you go to a show,
done that,
and the drummer has a drum solo, you see everyone being like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like, it's a go
even
time.
if it's not very good.
Yeah. Oh man, you could keep a 4-on-the-floor thing on the kick drum and just be like doing like random little tom hits, so that people are still like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Yeah.
Like,
well, and doing the cool thing where you stop and you get the crowd to do, "Hey."
Yeah.
You know, like you can just do the simplest beat and then stop. Hey, you're like, dude, it's so sick. It's so sick. Yeah. Because most of the time it's the front man getting the crowd going, but being able to be the drummer and do that. The only time I can remember that I did a drum solo, we were playing some weird like beer festival in Italy when I was out with Stryker.
Oh, okay.
And we were the only band playing.
Really?
So they wanted us to do like a 80-minute, 90-minute set.
Oh, geez, with Stryker too?
And we only had I only learned the songs 2 weeks before that tour.
Man, I was gonna say,
it was a last minute thing, and I only knew a certain amount of songs. Like, never played with the band before this run, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're like playing like every single song you know, and we're gonna do a guitar like trade-off solo thing that we had never rehearsed." You know, and then we're gonna do a drum solo, and like, okay,
yeah,
like it was just
here
like,
we go.
all right, we're gonna do this like in this like small town in Italy, like yeah, it was, and it turned out not great, but you know, like, you sit in your jam space and you can just like go in solo, and it's so much fun. You're like, oh man, this is so sick, and then you get on stage. In front of
what do I play?
like probably a couple thousand people who like really don't care if you're there or not. You know what I mean? Like it was a beer festival. There was enough people who were like up front and really, really into it. Yeah. But like the majority of the people were there to drink beer, eat food. Yeah. You know,
hang out and shit.
Yeah, and then you just go up there and just like botch a whole like 10-minute drum solo, and you don't know how to end it. Like you don't, dude. It was a mess.
See, that's why I like to finish the set with like the little solo thing. You know, where you do the big finish and then you're because then
that's standard.
Keep it contained to that. You know, do a little flashes.
You have guitars and everything over it who are like doing their thing, but this was just like. everybody left the stage.
That's what I mean.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Just fumbling my way around. Like,
I'm glad my band doesn't do that to me.
Yeah. If I ever do it again, like, I want to write a drum solo and perform it, not just be put on the spot. It was fun. It was like, we got through it. Everybody had a laugh. It was good. But it was not my finest moment. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, it happens.
So Slipknot, biggest kind of like initial influence from there. Joey Jordison, Cams, and this would have been around the like 2002, 2003 area.
So when I really was like getting like actually starting drums, it would have been right after Volume 3 came out. So like 2004.
2004? Okay. Yeah.
So I was about 12 then. And then, even then I was listening to like, was into Metallica and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I had a friend when I was younger. His dad used to play all sorts of crazy music while we were playing road hockey. So like through that, I was already exposed to things like Rob Zombie and like, Nine Inch Nails, Nirvana, some alternative stuff like that, Smashing Pumpkins. Bunch of punk stuff actually, like GBH, The Exploited, shit like that.
Oh yeah, right.
So like I was already kind of like in the like know-how and like heard all this like kind of like extreme music kind of up to that point.
Yeah.
And then of course, Tony Hawk games, what kid didn't play those in the 90s? So you got Primus as like one of the main songs on there. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like
for me, one of the biggest ones was the band Zeke. Was on one of them, and like I fell in love with their album Death Alley.
Okay,
like Zeke are such an underrated band, and they're still going. Hopefully I can catch them live one day.
Fuck yeah!
But
dude.
like they were like the intro music for the intro video for I think Tony Hawk 3, I want to say. I just like I fell in love with it. It's just like fast, aggressive, shreddy, like. I don't know, like if Motorhead was literally on crack, like just playing so fast and just shredding so hard. Like I'd say the Tony Hawk games were another kind of big musical influence, just for the fact of like the mix of like, the like kind of metal and like hard rock stuff, the punk, they threw in hip hop stuff in there too, It was a cool mix. So once I was like starting to actually play, that's when, all the influences are kind of flooding in, like John Bonham was another big influence just because like, I think it was like Zeppelin 4 was one of the CDs that was on the CD rack in my parents' place. And I was like, all right, I'll try to play to that. Yeah. So then all of a sudden it's like, you hear Black Dog and rock and roll and, when the levee breaks and you're like, oh, this stuff is wicked. Like, how am I going to learn this? Like, right.
So stuff like that. And Metallica was a big one where it was like, whoa, this is, with Saint Anger coming out around that time as well. They were kind of like prevalent. And then one of my neighbors, again, was just like, no, you want to listen to Metallica? Listen to this, Hands Be Kill 'Em All. Like,
of course. I only like the first album.
Which kind of exposed me. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even know they had these things. So then, go back, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets.
All right, quick. Top 5 Metallica records.
Justice for All is number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2 would be Puppets, probably.
Puppets, all right.
3 is Ride the Lightning.
Okay.
4 would probably be Kill 'Em All. And then, Black Album's.
Then Black Album?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's kind of like the first 5 are like my favorites anyway, but like Injustice is like top tier.
Yeah. Even though there's zero bass on it?
Hear me out. Even though there was no bass initially on it, like I still love those songs. And then when they did, I forget who it was, but someone had put it like remixed it and put the actual bass there. And it was like, because when I was watching all their live stuff, you could hear the bass in those songs. And I'm like, these songs are so fucking good. Like that's why I loved the live Metallica shit. Cause it was like, almost like the proper sound for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I did. I agree, and I can't argue with that list. So You know, I would probably put the Black Album before Kill 'Em All, though.
Yeah. Kill 'Em All, for me, it was just sort of like one of those like special ones where it was just like, oh, that was the first time I heard like the thrash Metallica. Because like my first introduction of them, obviously Saint Anger, was all over Much Music and that back in the day. So,
yeah.
But yeah.
I will say I learned the mechanics from Megadeth before I ever listened to Kill 'Em All.
See,
so I heard the Four Horsemen and I was like, why is this so slow? This sounds awful. Like, get rid. Like, this is terrible. Like, Megadeth did it so much better.
And that was I was flipped where I heard mechanics afterwards and I was just like, this is actually kind of badass that they sped it up. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think most people heard Kill 'Em All before they heard. Was that off of So Far So Good So What? Or was that off of Killing Is My Business?
I think it's Killing Is My Business.
First out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as well versed with Megadeth as I am Metallica.
Yeah.
I was more exposed to like a lot more of that, like Megadeth and like Anthrax and that. When funny enough, Matt, who's my singer now, we went to high school together and we were in a thrash band back then.
Oh yeah, and now you're in a thrash band.
Yeah. So it was like I was very much like, you know, liked some of the heavier stuff, but it was still like into Metallica. I liked Pantera, stuff like that. You know, I love Iron Maiden too, but he was like, you know, he liked Megadeth too. Whereas like that back then, it was still kind of that weird thing, like Metallica or Megadeth, where I was like, why can't you like both?
Right?
You know?
And I always said, I'm like, Megadeth all day. And now I'm kind of more Metallica. Like I don't know. For the longest time, for like almost 2 decades, I was like Megadeth all the way.
Like I will give Megadeth the kind of like, especially too when you look at it like technicality wise. Oh yeah, they were kind of like running circles around Metallica for a bit, like on stuff. But Metallica at the same time had that solid kind of like overall structure to like a lot of their songs. Yeah. It wasn't just like like
well, I think
which is fun sometimes, but it was like
Metallica also like never really wrote the same album twice.
Yeah.
You know, and the risks that Metallica took, I think, paid off a lot better than the risks that Megadeth took.
Yeah.
Like the album Risk.
Perfect word for it.
Yeah, you know, no thanks on that one.
Yeah.
But like even the 90s Metallica stuff, like they changed their sound, but they did it well, at least. Like if you're gonna like change, then like at least like just keep writing good songs.
Yeah. You know, like I'm not a big fan of those, like a lot of that stuff, but even still, like everyone loves Fuel. Like, come on, like it's a kick-ass song. Like,
it's a certified banger, man.
Like you hear that coming on, it's like, all right, it's party time. Like, let's do this.
Yeah. Oh, exactly, man. Now I'm thinking like maybe that. Because I always like having a song play before my van goes on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, maybe once Crimson gets on the road, I was like, maybe that can be the song we play like right before our intro comes on.
And it's perfect too, because like that like opening line, he even ends it with a ooh.
Right? Yeah, and then like big epic intro. Like, makes no sense, but okay.
You know, like even that like beat is like so groovy. It's like fuck yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. And like as much as we don't need to get into Lars too much, but you know, he's not. There's a lot of stuff on the internet these days. He's not playing at his best.
Hey,
but
man,
you know,
to be fair, like if I had gone through like half the shit that they did as a band in the 80s, going into the 90s, fucking basically like kind of writing a template for what thrash metal is, like,
right?
You know, like if I was his age, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm not doing the doubles anymore. Like, you know, like, you know, like whatever. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks because like there are, you know, other drummers around his age, if not a little older, that are still kind of ripping, but
still like absolutely destroying, right?
But to his credit, even now, like you watch their live stuff, he's still jumping around the stage. You know, he's climbing his drum you know, even if he's not technically as proficient as he used to be, he's still trying to give you a show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And that's the way he's always been.
Yeah.
Right. But also, like, for him as well, like, I kind of get the feeling that he wasn't always like, yes, like, I want to be a drummer. It was like, no, I'm going to play in a band and we're going to be fucking sick. And it was like the whole thing. It was the business side, the image, like everything. And like the community around it and everything was more his, like the way his brain would go towards it rather than like, oh no, like my drum parts need to be the sickest, like, you know, which is, was very helpful to them because he would never necessarily write the most insane drum parts, and he allowed for the song to just breathe and be the song and play for the song rather than like trying to overplay.
And that's one of the big things from Metallica that influenced me was, again, more so playing to, not so much to the music, but for the music.
Yeah.
You know, it might sound sick if you throw in that crazy fill in this part of that. But, it might actually sound cooler if, just kind of like sat back on, some eighth notes and just let it breathe,
Right. Now, sometimes that super crazy fill is the one thing that makes the song sick.
Yeah. Like, I was going to say my guitar player is kind of like very much of that point of like, yeah, if it's faster, it just sounds wicked. I'm like, I know it's, but my legs are tired.
Yeah, he has that Yngwie mentality, right?
Yeah.
More is more.
Yeah. Like, I love him for it too. Cause like, yeah, I'd say since meeting him, he's definitely, at least personally, like definitely made me a better, like not only drummer, but I'd say musician.
Yeah.
Just that push of like, like, we can do that faster. We can do that better. We can write crazier parts and get insane with it.
It is wild when like the musicians you play with, like how much it influences your own playing, not only from like a band perspective, but like when you're just around musicians who are of like that next caliber.
Yeah, man.
It pushes you to be a better musician yourself in ways that you don't even realize.
Yeah, man.
But like sometimes I get in the room with certain guys and like I've played in many bands, and there's certain musicians that I can go back and be like, I was probably playing so much better because I was playing with this guy who's like an insane guitar player, like it really influences how you play, and not from a creative side, but just from like how tight you want to be and how like everything to do with your playing. It's the same rule as like your 5 best friends like influence who you are as a person.
Oh,
right.
Legit, man.
So like the band members that you pick are like a big part of who you are as a musician.
Yeah.
Right?
And like even too with current band that I'm in now, Killotine, like it really kind of came together naturally. Like it's just like something that me and Matt were doing because, after high school, life came in, like got in the way in the sense of, he went to like, become, I think it was millwright or something like that. I was doing my own thing, still kind of doing music and working in bars, random jobs, this and that.
Yeah, trying to make ends meet. It's tough out there,
just hustling.
Every day, man.
And yeah, it was like, I think it was like just like a couple months after I'd left my old band, we were just chatting, be like, yeah, we should get together and just jam and shit. Yeah. So we were like going to my buddy's place and just, every other weekend barbecuing, a few beers, playing covers and shit, whatever. And then that kind of like got squashed by the pandemic. And it was one of those things like by like the end of 2020, me and Matt were like, we got to find somewhere to just jam.
Yeah.
Kinda, you know what I mean?
Just something.
Yeah. And that was kind of where the like whole, I'd say the birth of Killotine happened, because I forget where it was, but we found some spot randomly that we were able to like actually kind of like jam at. And Matt had just had all these ideas banked from just randomly playing stuff or whatever from back in our old band in high school. And I was like, yeah, let's work these out, see what we can do.
Yeah.
And then, a year or two went by of us just like kind of fucking with them. And then yeah, people, we were jamming here. People kept hearing us play. Oh, what's your band? It's like, we're not a band. It was like, that's not a band.
Like, it sounds like you guys are a band.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, maybe we should try to make this a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, funny enough, our bass player, the other James in our band, we went to school with him too, and ran into him here. Asked, hey, you want to jump in on a thrash band? You know, we know, like, he was known in high school for the guy with the Megadeth shirt on, you know.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So, you know, he's into it at least.
Yeah, and he's a wicked bass player too. So he jumped in first jam. Like, me and Matt were like, dude, like, you're in. Like, if you want it, you got it. Like,
yeah. This just works.
Yeah.
You know?
And he was in another, like, group with Jesse. And that's how we found Jesse. Because, funny enough, James kept bringing it up, like, at their other practice, like, oh yeah, they're looking for a guitar player, and just like didn't think to ask Jesse because he didn't know that Jesse was into metal, right? Because the other project was more like kind of rock. So Jesse was like, what the hell is it not asking me, man? So I guess a couple practices he was just like, oh, I'm gonna test the amp, and did the Jesse thing. He's like, oh, you want to come try out for this?
Like, finally.
Yeah, and then we, you know, jam with Jesse, and we're just like, what the fuck? Like, it was one of those, like, thing where, like, he walked in the room and was like, well, I came up with, like, ideas for solos for, like, all the songs, because we asked him to do one song, be like, write a solo to this. Yeah. He's like, we let him pick, and he's like, I wrote solos to all of them. We're like, you're in. Yeah.
It was just perfect. Like, it was like the final piece to the puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, having that, like, shredding lead guitar player.
Dude, and it was one of those things, because we had asked, like, other people, and some people were like, we've heard you jam, we can't play that fast. And I'm like, we're not even playing that fast.
It's not that fast, man.
Like, it's not. They're like, no, you guys are playing fast. And because, like, me and Matt, like, one of our, like, warm-up songs back before anyone, like, this even became a thing, was Angel of Death.
Oh, yeah?
The other one was Master of Puppets. So it was just, and Master was usually played a little faster than regular.
Yeah, so. Of course, as you have to, right? Yeah. Well, that's sick. That it's just, like, such a natural thing that it was just you guys wanting to have fun and jam with each other, and then it all kind of just happened naturally.
Yeah, man.
You know?
That's kind of been the goal of the band anyway from day one, is like, let's just have fun with this. You know? Yeah, it's kind of like blown up a little bigger than we anticipated, but at the same time, it's still like the core of everything. It was like, is this fun? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, keep doing it. And, like, that's how you know you're doing something authentic. Is like when did you play your first show? It was like August of 2024?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, our first show was August at the Casbah before it closed down. Yeah, August 2024.
Yeah, and then 1 year later, you're in Germany playing the biggest metal festival in the world, Wacken Open Air, the first weekend of August 2025. 1 year later.
Yeah.
You know?
It was kind of mind-blowing, man.
Yeah. It's insane to think about, but it's like, and you guys, like, it wasn't necessarily set in stone that was like a goal of yours to do or anything. Like,
honestly, like, the whole Wacken battle, it came about because, you know, I work at main stage here where we rehearse, and we had the poster up for submissions, right? And you know, it kind of like came about as a, hey, even if we only play the opening round, it'll put us in front of more fans that are fans of metal. You know, it was more just like a, hey, let's get another show. Yeah. You know,
it's a show in Hamilton. Yeah. You know,
it's going to be in front of a metal crowd. Like, it was more like a networking thing than it was like, we're going to go to Germany. Right. So like, even that opening round, when they said our names, we're all just like, I think even Matt, like, you hear him in the one part say, "Are you sure?"
Sure?
Yeah, because it was just like, I think that was like our fifth show was the opening round. Yeah. And oddly enough, it worked out because we even made a goal at the beginning of 2025. Our goal was to play in Toronto at some point in 2025. Yeah. That was like the goal for the band.
Just like the closest big city. You know? Like, that's it.
You know what I mean? We're just like, yeah, we played a couple shows in Hamilton. It'd be like, let's try to get to Toronto. That'd be sick. Yeah. And then, like,
that's a good, simple goal to have.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
so
Keep it small.
And then just turned out that the Ontario finals were in Toronto. So we're like, sweet, we're on a fast track for our goal for the year. Like,
perfect. Yeah. Done.
So,
yeah. Knock that one off.
Yeah.
And then you won that round, which I was a judge for.
Yeah.
And there was no bias in it at all. At all.
Honestly,
it was a close one. It was.
That show was where we were kind of like, we thought about it a bit more, where we're like, okay, guys, let's not get too invested, but at the same time, let's keep in mind that, like, you know, this is still like, you never know this and that, but this is going to be fun. We're in Toronto. Again, we got to our goal pretty early. This is awesome. Plus, we had already set up another show for Montreal the following week. So we're just like, we're already kind of expanding on like goals that we had for next year. Like,
yeah.
And then, we played that show and they said our name and we're just like, oh, geez. Let's get ready to go to the other side of the country. You know?
So then in this, like, you've already played biggest city in Canada, but like say Ontario, and then you've played in Montreal, so you got out of province in Quebec, and then you're hopping and you're doing a fly out show in Vancouver.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Yeah, I think it was like a 4.5, maybe like almost 5-hour flight there.
Yeah. It'll probably be about 5. Yeah, I've done it a couple times.
Yeah, and that was super fun. That was actually really cool to do as a band as well, because we're like, again, being such a new band, it was like, holy crap, like, A, can we like, you know, do this, pull it off, and like still play our asses off, and B, let's just have fun with it too. Still one of those things where it's just like, even if we don't win, like, this has been fun. Like we just got to go to Vancouver and play there to a whole crowd that we would have not regularly been able to, you know, like on our own, driving or setting up some random promoter, right? So
right? Yeah.
It was
dude, I've done the cross Canada tours before.
Daunting.
If you're young and full of piss and vinegar and just want to get out on the road, do it, because it is so much fun. If you love the people that you're touring with and you just get in a van and go and just, you know, like, you spend 3 weeks to play 8 shows, maybe 8 shows in 3 weeks. But it's just the amount of driving you got to do, man. It's like,
just to get out of Ontario, man. So
my God. And like, that's the thing is like, okay, you have a lot of places to play in Southern Ontario. Like, you can do St. Catharines, Hamilton, Guelph, Kitchener, Waterloo. You could even do Brampton if you want, Barrie, Oshawa, Toronto, like, I guess like Kingston. But like, as soon as you get outside of like Barrie, basically far north, you know, you got Windsor too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the other end,
London.
Yeah.
You know, like, you could do a 10-day tour of just Southern Ontario, basically. But as soon as you get further north, there is nothing.
Yeah, it gets kind of sparse.
Yeah, like, I don't think Sault Ste. Marie has a scene anymore. I have done Thunder Bay. One time it was cool. The other time it was not. Timmins doesn't really have anything going on.
Yeah, like, I played Sudbury.
North Bay. If you guys ever want to get up to North Bay, let me know, because I got a good friend of mine, Justin Robinson. He's promoting up there. So we were up there somewhat recently, and I've done shows up there before with him, and he's a fucking awesome dude.
Hit us up,
dude. So yeah. North Bay is their scene is growing because of him.
Nice.
So,
well, if you guys like thrash metal, hit us up.
Yeah, I'll get you guys in contact.
Thanks, man.
For that time, when, like, next year when you do your cross Canada tour, right?
Fuck yeah, man.
Buy a van, hit the road. I don't know. Like, it was something that we did in our early 20s, and it was fucking, dude, it was a blast. No, I was predominantly the one booking all the shows. That was a giant headache, especially when you show up to a venue in Edmonton and you've been driving for like 3 days to get to Edmonton, and they didn't even know that there was a show booked.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's
So we played to the regulars that were at this basement punk bar. There's about 3 people. And it was a fun time. Yeah, but anyways, that'll happen. Yeah. But times are changing now. They really are, with the old internet. It's not 2012 anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty crazy. And even playing that Vancouver thing, we were each round was a really cool learning experience as we were going on, because it really taught us to do the things that we needed to learn as a band, when we signed up, we had nothing. That actually got us to upload our music and do something with Spotify and have everything in place, because you kind of needed stuff in place for that, for the Wacken submissions.
Yeah.
And then each round we're kind of thinking of, what could we do on stage for this round? What do we want to do here? I think it was the Ontario finals. We decided hey, we wrote this new song. It's done. It's not recorded. Do you guys want to open our set with it? And it was okay, I guess it worked out.
Yeah, dude, why not? Just throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah. And even too with that whole Wacken battle thing, it was just, again, us being so new, and then all the crazy bands that we got to play with were just no, we're not, we didn't make it. Just this band got it, this band got it, this is their name, and we're just what? So it was really cool to actually get to Vancouver and meet the other bands and be okay, these are the best bands in this whole competition. Clearly, they're here for a reason.
The best independent bands in Canada right now.
Yeah, and it as soon as the first band, I think it was Soul Thief was the first band on, it was evident, oh shit, this is not not the other rounds were slouch rounds, but this was it felt oh, this is another level up. This is intense.
Yeah, man.
They brought it, and I was whoa, okay, they won. And then Yeg went up, and I'm okay, they won. And each band that went up, I'm okay, any of these bands are taking it, we're not winning this.
Right? Yeah.
So
just defeated.
And then we played, and it was one of those things yeah, guys, fuck, let's just rip, let's just have fun, and then
do what you guys have been doing all along, right?
Yeah, and that's why when they said we wanted to use clips from the announcement, but we couldn't because all of us were swearing, and I'm just holy shit, holy fuck, losing our minds, because it was are we seriously going to Germany now? What?
Yeah.
Let alone all of us wanting to go to Wacken as fans to see Wacken and attend. We're now we get to play it. What?
Right? It's insane. Just being there, being on those the holy grounds as they call it, right? It's
absolutely insane.
It was wild. And going because I went back in 2022 to play with Stryker, and just that feeling of walking out there and looking around is this place is huge.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was one of the big things I took away from that was I've been to big shows over here and stuff, Bud Stage, ACC, all that stuff. You go there and it's that not even comparable, how the scale. I was and this is just for heavy metal, this is nuts.
Yeah. Well, you're talking, I think they do 80,000 tickets.
Yeah,
each year, and it sells out that, right?
It was nuts. They did a pre-sale thing when we were there, and the pre-sale thing sold out.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think this year it was I think it was 85,000 people.
Yeah,
it was insane to see that kind of scale, and you're just walking, there's just people everywhere, and you're just cool vendors up, there's there was a farmer's market in the middle of it. I'm just this is sick. We got fresh milk and that. Dude, it was so much fun.
Yeah. It's a wild ride, man. Yeah. I know because my band did it in 2013, which was the first year that Canada was a part of the Wacken Metal Battle. Yeah, that was interesting. But our story's a little different because as soon as we saw it go up, I just messaged the guys and I said, "We're doing this and we're winning." I don't I had no doubt in my mind. I was just like, no, there's no other option here.
It has been written, so it shall be done.
Yeah, and I was like, if we can't win this, I'm done. I'm done. Like, what are we doing? Like, just in my own head, I guess. Like thinking back on it now, I was just like, if we can't win this at this point, you know, like, and we'd only been a band for, I guess, 7 years at that point in 2013. Okay. This year will be 20 years.
Holy shit, man.
That we've been a band. Yeah, Crimson Shadows, man. Yeah.
We still shredding it up.
There's been many years where we haven't done anything. But, you know, where we got a new album out, Whispers of War, pick it up, black and gold vinyl, limited. We still got a couple left. Little promo push there. But, yeah, man, I was just like, dude, like we're going to Wacken. And I didn't understand that it was like, I thought you just got to play a set at Wacken.
Actually, funny enough, Jesse was in the same boat. He didn't realize that there was another contest when we went over until we like won and found out we were going to Germany.
Yeah, I was pretty much like me as well. Like, I didn't realize that there was a whole other competition between countries.
Man.
Like, I think it was like 28 other countries were a part of it. And I was like, oh shit. And the same, like, similar thing of when you were watching all the bands play and you're just like, oh, well, they obviously won. Like, all right, we'll have fun, whatever. We went up and we played. And as soon as we finished, we had so many technical difficulties across the board. Like, everything was a mess.
At Wacken?
At Wacken when we played. Yeah. Like, we didn't have any time to get warmed up. Wireless systems weren't working properly.
Oh, no.
The step down transformer didn't work, so I couldn't use triggers, which I always use triggers. Like, it's a part of our sound. And like, yeah, so I had to use mics, and I'm like, that's weird. Our guitar player had issues with his pedals, so he had a whammy pedal that went up like an octave pedal, and I guess it loosened off, and he didn't tighten it or didn't check it because we didn't have time.
Yeah,
and it was down all the way, so he was playing rhythms for like 2 songs. We only had time to play 3, so it was like a song and a half or 2 songs. He was playing his rhythms 2 octaves too high.
Oh no!
Like, it was just horrendous. And we got off the stage, and it's like almost defeated. And then the band that played after us was this band Ophelian Eye, I think they're called, which is a tech death band from Iceland, and they were insane. Damn. Like, the tightest tech death band ever. Like, the drummer's just shredding, and as soon as they started, we all just looked at each other. It was like, well, that was fun, boys. Like, let's go drink some mead. Why don't we? Like, cause this isn't even a competition at this point. Like, there's no way. And then we ended up fucking winning the whole fucking thing.
Dude, that's wild.
We were just like, what? How? Now, if you watch, I could cut all this, but if you watch the Wacken documentary that was made from that year, it makes it look like there was something fishy going on.
Oh.
Right? I want to clear the air. We had nothing to do with it. We knew nothing. We were so like out of it. Like, we didn't know. So if there was something going on behind the scenes,
man,
like, nobody that was involved with Wacken Canada or the band had anything to do with anything. All right. We were just, like, it makes us look really bad. And it was just like, I had no idea.
Oh,
like,
geez.
we were just a bunch of guys from Canada playing metal, man. That's it. Right. But either way, I digress. This podcast is about you, not me. But that was my experience at Wacken, and I left very, very, very drunk.
I was gonna say,
one of the drunkest times
lots of beer
I've ever
at
been. I pounded back a 40 of cherry liqueur that the German Wacken Metal, I think it was a guitar player from that band, gave me, and he's like, "Here's a gift for winning. Like, congrats." He's like, "You guys might be number 1 here, but we'll always be number 1 in drinking." And I was just like, I got offended. So I decided to chug that entire bottle in front of him.
Ooh, that'll do it.
That was a horrible decision. Yeah. It's partially why I don't drink anymore. Because I make bad decisions like that. All right, so Killotine's back from Wacken. You guys keep crushing it. You guys are recording right now, I hear?
Yeah. So we've we've been tracking a couple songs. I just wrapped up drums on Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday I did those. And then we've been working on the rhythms, bass, and leads and all that. And then once those are kind of in place, then we'll see when we're going to be doing the vocals. So hopefully we got some new Killotine stuff coming out very, very soon for everybody.
Well, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to hear some properly recorded Killotine stuff, not just the live versions of things, you know?
Yeah, it'll be fun to finally get something, that, not to say that the live stuff's bad, but it was like just something that where we could like really play with the production if we wanted to, really hone in on parts and like focus in and like showcase, a lot of the cool stuff that might get lost in the wash of a live show,
Right? Yeah.
Because two of the songs that are newer, like we've played now, a couple months now live. So if you've seen us in the last little bit, you've probably heard them, but yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. I'm stoked. So be on the lookout for that next year, I assume.
We're still trying to figure out release timeline right now, just kind of seeing what's up in the air. Like we still have like a bunch of options. We're originally trying to do kind of like a waterfall release thing. I don't know if we're still going to do that or not. Still, couple details up in the air, but
yeah. All right, we'll talk after this about a release schedule thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of what I do partly for a living. So we can talk more about that. I'll give you some tips and ideas on how to go about that whole thing.
It would be much appreciated.
Dude, anytime you guys need help with stuff, just let me know, man. Yeah. All right, let me look at these notes here. Don't want to keep you here too long. Let's talk a little bit about gear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What are you playing? What are you using?
What am I using?
Yeah.
All right.
What are you rocking here? I'll toss some pictures up below. It'll so you can see. You send me pictures of your kit, and then we'll like do arrows pointing at stuff. If I did that, you have seen that. If I didn't, then go look for yourself. All right.
Yeah. So my main like shells of my kit, like kick and toms and that, it's a PDP concept maple kit.
Nice.
I got the wood hoops on them. So funny enough, they're like super, super light. Like you can like go up to the bass drum and pick it up like with your fingers from one of the tuning rods. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love them. They sound like super, super like big, especially when you tune them low.
Yeah.
Like, they just got this nice resonance to them. The kick is super, super punchy. Like feels like a cannon. And then snare wise, funny, it's complete opposite. I use 2 different steel snares depending on like whether live recording and whatnot.
Yeah.
Obviously, I got the Joey Jordison pearl steel. Gotta go. Good old reliable.
Yeah.
And then my other snare drum, which is I'd say is kind of more my main thing, especially lately, is my raw steel YC snare. It's a 14 by 6.5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. It's a tank, man. It's like almost 20 pounds on its own. Like,
oh yeah.
It's a thick boy.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah. The thing, funny enough, first time I used it in a show was the Ontario final.
Oh,
I remember
sweet.
JJ came up and he was like, "Dude, that snare sounds deadly." And I was just like, "Thank you,
JJ." Yeah, another legendary drummer.
Oh, dude, that guy's amazing, and again, super helpful with the Wacken thing. Like he was like such a helpful guide with all that stuff. Like,
dude, he's the only reason we survived, I think.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he saved our ass. We were like, dude, we didn't know where to go or where to turn. We didn't have tents. Like, we showed up the first night, and he was just like, he showed up hours after us. We're loaded, and he's just like, here's a bunch of tents, boys. Like, don't worry. Papa JJ's fucking got you covered.
Yeah,
we had no fucking idea. He's like, oh, like, I don't know, you should be able to rent some or something. They're like, no, what are you talking about? We're like, we don't know anything.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Love the guy. And then, besides snare drums,
how about pedals? What
pedals,
double kick pedals are you using? And the people need to know what settings you're using.
Yeah,
you know.
True.
That's the number one question I get from people. It's just like, oh, can you ask him what his pedal settings are? It's like, sure.
So I'm using DW 9000s.
Nice.
And then I have the Trick link bar upgrade for them. So it kind of helps with the left pedal. It helps with keeping them a bit more even.
Yeah.
So there's not so much lag. So, and then.
Nice. Did you find with the regular DW bar that it was like noticeably
after a bit, when there was a bit of wear on it, because like again, going so fast with it, like eventually over the years, there's going to be a bit of give with it. Like you can tell with the link bars, and I was just like trying to improve my playing, and I forget where I saw it. Someone had mentioned it with the Trick link bar, and I was like, you know what, this seems like a pretty decent idea. Like it makes sense because it's like more solid bearings on them.
Oh yeah, big time.
And at the time it wasn't like a popular thing. It wasn't really known when I grabbed it, so it was still like about $100 for the link bar. They're like $2 something now.
Oh yeah, dude. Tricks put all their stuff up.
Yeah, so it was like you try to do it now, it's like it's gonna cost you a bit, but when I did it, it was like maybe $100 upgrade. I ordered it off Amazon. And
Amazon.
Yeah, dude. Like it was on there surprisingly because I couldn't find it on like Long of McQuaid and that. So grabbed that and tried it out. And I'm like, I'm not going back. Like it was like night and day. I actually had to like practice to play with it because it was so smooth. My left foot wasn't used to it because it was used to compensating for the lag there.
Yeah.
So yeah, now like it's been I'd say 3 or 4 years that I've been using that link bar on it. And it's like bread and butter.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Because I had the DW 9000. That was I had the 4000. That was just like the single chain drive.
Okay.
And then I upgraded to the 9000, and then eventually I was just like, I want direct drive. So I got the Trick Dominators, and that's what I still play on. And I've upgraded the pedals here and there.
Excuse me.
But yeah, I just like I don't know. I love direct drives.
I've been like thinking about like the direct drive pedals again. I'd have to kind of like look into it a bit more, experiment more, just because I'm not super familiar with the feel of them. I've always been chain drive, so
yeah.
But at the same time,
dude, it's like any pedal. Like it just takes getting used to. That's all. You practice with it like constantly and your feet get used to it. Because I used to, I had a set of Axis pedals as well, the longboards, so like the classic model. And just switching from the Tricks to those is like, it's like night and day. So whether it's direct drive or chain, like just switching pedals in general are going to like feel drastically different. Like the weights of the boards and depending what beaters you have and like everything changes. Every single little thing about pedal adjustments completely changes like how it feels.
Legit.
So
yeah, because even before I had the DWs, I was using Iron Cobras. So like I was used to like really heavier pedals. So like even switching to the DWs, it was like a little adjustment because they felt a little lighter.
Yeah.
And then adding the Trick bar, it was like, oh, this is more smooth now. So I got to really make sure that the left foot's really on point because now it's like more responsive. I can't get away with the little stompy stomp. I gotta like make sure it's smooth and hitting right, So.
Yeah, you gotta refine your technique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm all about the double strokes now, man.
Yeah, like, man, dude. I honestly, I wish I could figure that out for the life of me, but
life changing. First show, because like Crimson Shadows is basically
you guys are pretty quick with that stuff, man.
200 BPM, double kick through basically the whole 6-minute song, 5 to 6 minutes, and like, dude, it's a lot, especially when your hands are doing like a fast beat as well with like double kick. It's just like, oh my god, this is so much, and I could never get the double stroke feel down when doing like fast hands. So I finally locked in locked in with that. You got to lock in, right?
Use the metronome.
Yeah. Yeah. I finally got it locked in and I was like, oh my God, like I think I could play an entire set with double strokes. Like not have to do any swivel. And I was just like, this might be a game changer.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I've always known you with the swivel technique.
Yeah. And honestly, like my pedals are set up the exact same way. Like I didn't change anything. They've always been tight as fuck. Like just yeah. So I wanted to do it so I could do both. Yeah. And like there's small little parts like little bursts and stuff like that I'll do single strokes for, not doubles, because it's just like it feels better to do it like that.
Yeah.
But for any long stretches or anything, man, double strokes, it just saves me on energy like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, like I've thought about that too, especially with like our stuff. Like there's times where I'm just like, why did I write this part like this? And like, sweating my ass off. But at the same time, like, at least with Killotine, I feel like if I was like to kind of like, not like half-ass or like pull back on it, but like if I wasn't leaning in as much as I do, like it would, I don't want to lose that edge. But at the same time, like there's times where I'm just like, why didn't I just go with doubles? Why didn't I learn doubles and fucking like do this way easier? But I don't know.
Well, dude, and I will say it's not like easier.
Not so much easier, but like refined where I'm not like sitting there like, all right, my legs are ready to fall off, right?
Well, a big thing for me is my left knee and my left ankle at that point as well. Yeah. Like my whole left side of my body's in shambles. Yeah. Basically. So I just wanted something where I could get through a set and not be in pain.
Yeah.
So like to me that like I can still do all the same parts as single strokes with swivel or whatever other techniques, but it was just like it
was the exertion.
And it was causing discomfort and not all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes it would, and I just wanted to like figure out a way that I can still play all my parts properly and how I wrote them and not half-ass it sonically.
Yeah.
But not cause as much damage on my body, because like I'm not 40 yet, but like I can see it. Like
it's one of those things like
that it's there, man. It's coming. And I want to be able to play drums as long as I can, and this is a way that I can do it. I know there's a lot of guys that really hate on the double strokes, and to them I say, wait till you are in your late 30s, my friend.
Yeah,
wait till you're there. You'll be like, double strokes saved my life.
Well, even too for me when I kind of hit 30, it was one of those things where it was like I kind of had to kick myself in the ass and work on the one of my biggest things was I would really lean in for like fast parts, right?
Yeah.
To the point where it was like I was kind of starting to screw up my back and that. So like I was like, no, you got to work on the posture. So like especially now, like I sit up a lot higher than I used to.
Yeah.
Like before it was good. Like it was the 90-degree thing. Now, like it's like way more like kind of like almost a 45.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find even too with that, if I do need to lean in with that, I can get a bit more power and it's not as exerting as when I was kind of sitting lower and hunched over. So
yeah. Well, that's it too. And you're like hunching more and you're leaning in, but you're not getting the same amount of power as if you keep your posture nice and you're sitting higher, like that slight lean will give you so much more than when you're sitting lower. And like, I don't know, for me, sitting higher was a game changer too in recent years.
Yeah. And working on like core strength. Cause like, again, because you're doing it, like if you're doing like double kick stuff, you're not realizing how much you're like really throwing off your balance if you don't have a solid core.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're more compensating to your right, or or your left, depending on your handedness and whatnot. Like if that core is not solid, you will notice that you're like starting to lean a bit as you're doing stuff, or leaning or hunching forward a bit too much.
Yeah.
I caught myself with that a lot, you know.
Dude, I still do.
Yeah.
I still do. That's why I try to film myself playing as much as possible so I can be like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
sit up.
No. Yeah. Like, left hand, why do you look so dumb? Like, no matter what, my left hand just always looks like it's like so dumb. I don't know what it is. Even though it's functioning fine, it's like, no, you just look dumb, dude. Like, I don't get it. Like, all right. Like, let's start to wrap this up.
Yeah.
I
guess finish up the gear.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's finish up the gear.
And then, recently with cymbals, I've kind of switched up my crashes just because I hit things too hard and we had a busy schedule the last year. So right now I'm currently playing Sabian explosion crashes.
Nice. I played those for a long time. What sizes?
I'm playing a 17, a 19, and a 20.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I always did 18, 19.
Nice.
That was like, like a nice combo that I had. Now I got a 20 and an 18. So,
Wicked. Yeah. And I just recently got the Sabian Holy China. Yeah. That's been really nice.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
I can't play without it. Now, the one that I own, because I rent cymbals for tours and recording and stuff like that, I just can't afford them. The
financing is a hell of a good thing.
Yeah, well, that's why, dude. I just rent them for tours, and it's great. And then with the skins that I sell, it pays for my rentals, and it's I'll sell off a bunch of cymbals during a tour as well, and that'll pay for stuff. Like, it's all about making the money back at the merch booth.
Yeah,
due to the amazing fans. But the Holy China I have is absolutely decimated. Decimated. Now, if you go to Long McQuaid Burlington and rent their 19-inch Holy China, it will be the Corey Hoffing signature series. Because they got me to sign the inside of the bell when I rented it the first time.
That's pretty dope.
So, yeah, go to Long McQuaid Burlington, Ontario. Rent the 19-inch Holy China. It'll have my signature on it for some reason. Yeah.
And then the only other ones in the lineup right now that I'm using are my 22-inch Peisty 2002 ride.
Nice.
And then I also have the 2002 Sound Edge hi-hats, which are 14-inch.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you ever cracked a set of hi-hats?
Hats? No.
No?
Yeah.
I didn't either until recently.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Thank you, Colton. I'm gonna blame Colton, drummer of Seven Kingdoms.
Oh,
because we were on tour with them, and we were playing the same set of hats, 14-inch Zildjian customs.
Oh, beauty.
Great hats, and I was like, man, like this makes no sense. I'm literally taking your hats off to put on my hats. They're the exact same ones.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, why don't you just play on my hats? He's like, no, it's fine. We'll switch them up. And like, we had tons of time to change over, so it wasn't a problem. But I was like, it makes no sense. Yeah. And then halfway through the tour, he gets a big crack in them. And he's like, see, that's why. That's why. I will break your hi-hats. And then when I got home within like a week of being home, I noticed a crack in mine, and I'm like, damn it, you jinxed me. Now I have it hasn't really spread yet, but I was like, fuck, it sucks. I hate it because I love those hats. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of sad when some of the Peisty crashes cracked on me, and I was just like, yeah, unfortunately the name of the game with like, again, like the amount we were playing, the amount we practice, like, I'm in that room almost every day, so it was just like,
well, and the travel too, man.
Yeah,
flying and everything,
and a lot of our like first couple shows were in the colder months, so it's like going to hot, cold constantly.
I hate touring in the winter, man. Yeah. I hate it because your cymbals just shatter.
Yeah,
they just shatter if they can't get properly warmed up before you play. They're just breaking all over the place.
Yeah,
and also I can't get properly warmed up.
Yeah,
and I play like garbage. Every tour I've done in the winter, I've just played like trash the whole time. Then I played the summer, and it's like everything's like butter. I don't know.
Yeah, like I found with the winter shows, like it was one of those things where it's like half hour before the show, it's like I'll wear a sweater and just keep my hands like this,
Always.
you know what I mean? Just so that I'm good. And then as soon as we're like maybe 15 minutes out, it's like, all right, get the sticks in hand, sweater off.
Even dude, I'm sweater on until the intro comes on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll put like whatever my stage clothes are, then I'll put my sweater back on.
Oh, okay.
And toque everything and set up. And then that like set up as well. You're moving around.
Yeah.
Like it's helping you sweat a little bit. I'll also do like a bunch of jumping jacks and push-ups and anything to get like the blood pumping and like get a little bit of a sweat going.
Yeah.
And then tarps off and away you go into the set and you're good to go. But
I've actually learned with me, like I almost have to have a shirt on because the one time I like took my shirt off and played, there was nowhere for the sweat to go.
Yeah.
So it was then like
I always have a sleeveless on. I've done some rehearsals where I like forgot to bring an extra shirt to play in. And I'm like, so I'll just like go shirtless. And I'm like, just sweat dripping.
Yeah.
Dripping. It's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like today I was setting up my drums after the Friday show and I was sweating pretty good there. Like I could see on my hi-hat that I didn't like fully wipe off the one section. You know, starting to go with a little tinge of green. I'm just like, all right, we got to get the cloth next time we're in.
Yeah. Dude, I let it go. Well, mainly my ride. My ride is starting to get like nice and green.
Yeah,
and,
usually the hats and the ride I leave, unless it's like really, really gunky. But like it's usually the crashes I'll wipe down just because, you know, like you want them sparkling when you hit them.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Even
Touché,
then, you know,
touché.
Like, you gotta have some battle marks, but again, when it's got a nice little shine, it's pretty.
Yeah. The crashes are, you know, you want them sparkling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about sticks? What sticks are you using? What size?
Currently, I'm using the Vader 908s, which is the Jay Weinberg signatures.
Okay.
I tried them out on a whim just because I was like, all right, these look cool. I was using Vader, I think like 5A Extremes before that.
Yeah.
And I just found there was a nice little balance between, because they're like a bit bigger than a 5A, a bit smaller than a 5B. And then they have the extra 1/4 inch length on them. So I've been rocking those lately. I was actually going to look at other models too, just to see if there's something like a tad cheap, like Los Cobos. I think you mentioned to me.
Yeah, the 55AB.
Yeah.
I don't know if they make an intense version because their intense are like the slightly longer ones. But yeah, the 55ABs are really nice.
Yeah,
I really like them.
I was definitely going to like look into those because I think ProMark has one too, but like they're pretty much like the same price as Vader. So I'm just like trying to avoid the $20-something fucking pair of stick.
Goodness. Yeah.
Like then, it seems to be going across the board. But I've noticed Los Cabos is like a tad cheaper than like a bunch of the other brands.
Yeah, well, also being Canadian as well, I think helps with keeping the cost down within Canada.
Yeah. And like I've tried out their 5As and 5Bs and they feel pretty solid, like the Red Hickories and all that. So.
Yeah. If you go for like a 5B intense, you'll get that extra length you're looking for.
Okay.
And yeah, depending if you like, I personally like the 2B White Hickory.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
It's the go-to.
yeah, that's what I got bricks of them. Like I just get in and
that's another reason why I wanted to try out Los Cabos is because like my biggest issue is getting drumsticks. Yeah, because like they're either in super low stock or out of stock for the 908 Vaders. Yeah. So and like the one time I tried to order a brick, it took so long. I was like, I have to cancel the order and buy sticks, like because I can't wait any longer. You know?
Right? Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm down to one pair. Your guys are telling me it might be another month. I'm like, it's not gonna last a month.
Yeah. Like what is happening there?
Yeah. Not sure if it was like I think it was Vader themselves because like Long McQuaid put the order in. We're like, we've been waiting. Like, you know, so
there's nothing they can do at that point, right?
Yeah, like even the rep guy at Long McQuaid was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like they've been telling us every month, like, oh, it's still coming. I'm just like, just cancel it.
Yeah. So like, that's the thing. I assume you could order in bricks through Long McQuaid.
Yeah.
To Long McQuaid from Los Cabos. and they probably come pretty quick.
Yeah,
so.
and that's what my thinking was, especially too, is like I try them out if I like them. It's like I'll buy 2-3 bricks right off the hop. You know what I mean? Just so that I don't have to worry about it because there's times where I'm just like I don't think about it, and then it's like, oh, I have one pair of drumsticks.
See, I do that, but it's like, oh, I have like 6 pairs left, whatever, and I'm like, oh, I leave for tour in 3 days. Quickly send an email. Like we were on the 70,000 tons of metal thing, and that happens super quick. Like
I was gonna say, because that seemed like it came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh,
it came out of nowhere for everybody. And I was also playing for Striker as well, so I was playing for 2 bands on the cruise, and like
double duty.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. It was so sick playing 4 sets on the boat. Like it was awesome. It was stressful because of the times, and I had to like take naps at certain times. That was like very strange. And
was it like kind of like a full like all day every day kind of deal? Like
so for example, the first day Striker closed the theater stage.
Okay.
Which I think we went on at 4:30 a.m. or 4:25 or something.
Oh shit. That's
I think so, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's a hell of a start time.
And then Lutharo opened the stage on day 2, the same stage at 10:40, I think.
Oh.
So basically there was like a 3.5 to, or I guess like 5.5, 6 hour gap.
Okay.
Where no bands were playing. But yeah, it would go to like 4 or 5 in the morning. There would be bands playing.
Damn,
and then
man.
Start again at like 10:30, 11. Bands
and you're just like
again.
You're just like you're trying to time it. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Luckily I like set up my kit for Striker and I just got to leave it.
That's pretty cool.
I just left it and it was perfect. And then so when I woke up that morning, I just showed up and was just like, all right, do we want to sound check? I'm good. Like I'm fully plugged in, like ready to go, and just had like a coffee, and because I went up and got like coffee and snacks and stuff, and just like had like croissant or whatever and a coffee while I was like just chilling,
just like
doing sound check. And that like thank God like that set went really smooth in the morning, because before I had to go to sleep early, like catch like a 2-3 hour nap, and then wake up and play Striker set, and then go back to bed for like 3 hours, wake up and do Lutharo set, and then just stay up all day. Like that was rough. The next one we played back-to-back sets.
Okay.
It was like 6:30 and fucking like 7:50 or something like that.
Okay, so basically it's like in between changeovers. You're like, all right, I'm going here.
Yeah, we had like 45-50 minutes to like just like do whatever, right? And then I just come back and do my thing. So that was much easier. Yeah, but like we had a week before we flew out to Miami, or like a week before we were on the boat.
Oh, okay.
That we confirmed it. I think it was even like 6 days or something. So I wasn't thinking, because like right after I got home from the boat there, and I was home for I think 48 hours, and then flew out to Germany to do rehearsals with Striker for that tour with Unleash the Archers that we did in Europe.
Okay.
So like it was a crazy time. And I totally forgot while I was on the boat. I was like, I haven't ordered sticks for this tour in Europe yet.
Oh no.
Because I thought I had like an extra like 2 weeks there. And so like I bought the internet one day on the boat, because there's no like that you can pay for the Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
So I spent the $15, $20, whatever it was, to get internet so I could send one email.
I need sticks.
To your boy Phil over at Los Cabos to be like, homie, I need help. Can you get them to me by Wednesday? And he's like, I'll fucking make it happen, you idiot. Like, you do this every single time.
So write it down.
Yeah. It's like, dude, can you not buy your sticks like a month in advance or whatever? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. So I ordered 2 bricks off them like the other day. I am fine for a while now. I'm good. Yeah. Until the next Next thing comes up. Yeah. But yeah, I had a thing, not doing a thing now. So I got lots of sticks. Yeah. But he was just like, thanks for doing it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. So even though I have a direct connection to it, like I still am like, dude, I need them in 2 days. Every single time. Yeah. There's no month or week. No, I need them like yesterday.
Stat.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. We've probably been going. I have no timer. I have no idea if this is even recording video.
Hey, man, we having fun.
I got 3 questions for you.
Yeah.
First one, we did this on the first episode of We're Talking Drums ever. What is the biggest on-stage disaster that has ever happened to you? So, like anything that has happened while you're on stage, can be setting up during a set, after, anything big or small. But what's the most disastrous thing that has happened during a set?
I'd say disastrous overall. I think the funniest disaster moment was with my old band. Our singer was kind of like doing that little like jumpy little thing on the riser.
Yeah.
His foot slipped and he went down hard.
Oh, yeah?
And it was like a cool, like pumped up moment. And it just went from everyone being pumped up to basically laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
And even too, I'm like, got the click in my ear for that point too. And I'm like trying not to fucking crack up and go off. I'm just like, oh God, please just get up.
Just get up and keep going, man.
I think that same set, I broke my kick drum skin at one point and literally had to tell my singer to talk to the crowd while I frantically grabbed a roll of duct tape that I had in my like side bag, trying to just tape it up as good as I could to get through the set.
Yeah.
Managed that, but yeah, and then like literally the last note of the last song, it just like went right through the tape, and it was like, oh, thank fuck. But like it was one of those panic moments. I'm like, I don't have a bass drum skin here, and like I really hope
carries an extra bass drum skin.
But that's what I mean. It's like I don't got no thing. Like I got no backup plan here. I'm like, talk to the crowd. I hope this works.
Like literally duct tape skin.
Yeah.
Like
I think the only other disaster moment, funny enough, was in high school. It was like right before we were supposed to play like some show. I had the bright idea as I was going to go skateboard before we play, and I fell and hurt my wrist, and I wasn't trusting it. So I took a tension wrap and wrapped it up and then duct taped my drumstick to my hand and played the set that way. And my like bandmates saw me come up to like the show with it wrapped and like, what the fuck did you like? Matt specifically was like, what did you do? And I'm like, don't worry, I can still play. He's like,
I hope so. I got what?
But it was definitely one of those like, playing like a caveman because I couldn't move, so it was like bah, 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 bah.
You couldn't move your wrist at all. Just like I've been there, the caveman thing, not the broken wrist thing. I gave up skateboarding over 10 years ago now. Actually, exactly 10 years ago. I haven't touched this skateboard since because I fucked up my ankle and I could barely walk, let alone play drums for like a month. So that was it.
I think the last time I jumped on a skateboard, it felt good, this and that. And then the next day it was like, oh, I haven't done this in a long time. You haven't used those muscles in a while.
Right? Yeah, it's the same.
Like, you ain't a young buck no more.
I'd be terrified to go snowboarding at this point because it's been too long. I won't like
go for that cut and you pull a muscle. You're like, oh no.
Yeah. Pull a glute. Like, oh, you're done, buddy. Woo. Yeah. All right. Question 2. These are hard-hitting questions here we're ending with.
Oh, yeah.
Your jam space, which is downstairs.
Yeah.
So, hypothetically, it's on fire.
Oh, no.
Right? Not good. Not good at all.
Not good at all.
You have enough time to grab one item. What are you grabbing?
It's got to be that YC snare.
Yeah?
That I know it could probably make it out of the fire and, just need new skins and that. But, like, it's just one of those things I'm not risking. It's that or the double kick pedal. Like, yeah.
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 Honestly, I'd probably go with a YC snare because that's probably a little harder to replace. And that's what I mean. Well.
Like that one, it's like one of those things where it's like I don't know if you can get another one of those because like that's a thick snare drum for a steel one, and it's like I don't know if Jordan's gonna go through that again. Like
all his stuff's like custom.
Right. He even said to me, he was just like, this was the last one of that batch, so like it got the nice and care after all the other things I had done with the other ones. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Nice. Okay, so that's a good answer.
It definitely be the YC.
Solid answer. Yeah, everything else is replaceable.
Yeah,
but
I've seen the PDPs at Long McQuaid. I could go get another one.
No problem, man. Or
as much as the Joey snare is close to my heart, I've seen it in shops. I can go get another one. So
they do exist. Like pretty much everyone has one. So I'm sure you can find.
Worst case scenario, I'll just look on eBay.
You can get one. But hey, if the PDP goes up, maybe we can get you into a nice Mapex. Nice Mapex kit. Maybe.
I was gonna say, I've tried a few of their kits like here and there just in passing. They're pretty nice.
Yeah. The Saturn Evolution series, Maple Shells.
I like Maple.
Pretty nice. Mapex, if you want to give me one of those, I will take it. Anyways.
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah, absolutely shameless. Last one. Dream tour package.
Oh.
Only thing is like Killotine's got to be on the bill.
Oh.
But are you headlining? Are you opening?
Are
you supporting? So what bands are you touring with?
Crimson Shadows.
Ooh, shit.
There we go. I think
man.
that'd be a really, really cool fit.
Yeah.
If it's like got to be like the dream team, like we got to throw in like Gojira there. I think that would be a fun one.
Okay, is Gojira headlining?
I'm not too sure. They're either headlining or main support because like I gotta have like some other hitters in there. I don't know. If for me, it's like my tastes are kind of all over the place, so it'd be more like a fest vibe, like than a tour. Because I want like Gojira and like Lorna Shore on there with like Crimson Shadows and us, and then
we can't say that it's a festival because that would be copying somebody else's dream festival. We're not doing that here.
Yeah.
Well,
if it was to tour, it'd be the most scattered tour because it'd be like us and like Crimson Shadows with like Lorna Shore and Gojira. Like you can throw in fucking Warbringer for good measure.
Warbringer right in the middle.
Yeah,
So it's Killotine, Crimson Shadows, Warbringer, Lorna Shore, and Gojira. Let's make it happen.
Yeah,
let's make it happen.
I think that would be a pretty cool range of sonic savagery.
Really? Yeah. It would be. It'd be sick. And like Warbringer in there, kind of like crossing over like all the thrash and fastness, into Lorna Shore, which heavy, and then Gojira, which is just like
smack people.
I think that's a fucking killer lineup. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, where is this tour taking place? Is it North American? Is it South American? Is it European tour?
Oh, it's a world tour, baby.
World tour.
World tour, baby.
Every single continent.
Including Antarctica.
Okay, we're playing Antarctica then.
If Metallica can do it, we can do it too, man.
This is a 9-month-long tour. We are playing on every continent. Like, in every single country. Okay.
We're doing it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll sign on to that one. That's a little much.
Fine. Okay. We'll split it up. We'll do the first half in 1 year, and then the second half the other year.
Okay, that'll be a part two. Part two. Yeah, so we all can like.
We'll do like
home.
North America, South America, Antarctica, and then like the next year it'll be like Europe, Asia, Africa, all that stuff. So,
nice.
Yeah, man. World domination, baby.
Well, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to play Africa. That'd be a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Actually, too. Yeah, when we were in at Wacken, we met the South African winners, the band from there, Halvar. fucking wicked dudes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, man. Like it'd be killer to go there and like link up with like a bunch of the people they know and like check out their scene. Like especially too just how they are. They're fucking awesome guys. Shout out.
Yeah, there you go. What are they called?
Halvar.
Check them out. I'll have to. No.
Oh, dude, sick band.
Yeah. All right. Awesome, man. All right. There we go. We're doing a world tour. When we go to South Africa, Halvar can open up all the South African shows. It'll be fucking dope.
Hell yeah.
Stoked. All right, James. Thanks for chatting with me today, man. It's been a blast, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on. This has been, again, tons of fun, man.
Yeah. And shout out to Main Stage.
Yeah. Justin and Kelly, you guys are awesome.
Hell yeah.
And
thank
Brett,
you for letting
and Jack
us.
and Charles. Love you guys.
Everybody.
Yes, everybody on the Main Stage team.
Yeah, thanks for letting us use your podcast studio here. And if you want your podcast to look this cool, hit them up. Hamilton Main Stage. Hell yeah.
You'll probably see me here.
Yeah. Talk to your boy, James, at the front desk. He'll help you out.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
be sick. Awesome. And again, thanks to Wildcat for the glasses and Monster Energy Drink for not sponsoring this podcast. You guys rule. All right?
could, though.
You could, though. Hit me up. Just saying. It'll be sick. All right. All right, James. Well, let's get out of here. Let's tear this place apart. And we'll talk soon.
Sounds good, buddy.
Cheers. Cheers.